Live from the psychopathic Hatchet Office Center in Detroit Murderous, it's Hatchet Action News. This is Weekly Freekly Weekly, your up-to-the-minute source for all Hatchet news. With your Action News team, Guy Gorfie and Fats Pepper. The Hatchet Action News team, slapping the news upside your bitch ass.
This year's gathering is the Rise of the Underground.
Hello, everybody. I'm Fats Pepper.
And I'm Guy Gorfie.
And this is Weekly Freekly Weekly, your up-to-minute source in all things Juggalo gathering. August 7th through the 11th. That is the time, the place, you ask? Where else but Cave in Rock, Illinois? Cave in Rock, Illinois once again marks the spectacular location for the gathering of the Juggalos. Let's jump right into it.
That's right.
Fats, who do we got headlining on that main stage?
Well, Guy, who do we have on that stage? I'll tell you who. The Insane Clown Posse. That's right, the ICP, as some people say. I just say ICP. Nonetheless, they will be up there on the main stage, ripping shit up as they always do. Who knows what crazy antics they may pull out this year. Also, we have Twisted. Some say it wasn't going to happen. But we know here at Hatchet Action News that it is going to happen. Twisted will be there. Jamie Madrox's Monoxide Child and all their white-faced, black-eyed splendorness. That's right, they will be there doing their thing, their way. Now, after that, we have Tech9. That's right, Tech Nina will be gracing the stage in all of his choreography and dance moves.
I love Tech9, Twisted, and Insane Clown Posse, but I also love this man who will be taking place on the main stage, Brother Lynch Hung. The Hung is pronounced Ung.
Not to be confused with William Hung.
No, not to be confused at all. Brother Lynch Hung will be there bringing his pleasantries with him. Also, Razel. The French call him Rui, but we here call him Razel. Master of the human beatbox from the east side of New York,
Razilla.
Yes. And last but not least, Kung Fu Vampira. Kung Fu Vampire will be there. I believe he is bald.
Yes, bald he is. And wowie wow, Fats. Back again, man. I'm back again, man. Zug Island hits the main stage. Original lineup, Mike P, G-Man, and the rest of the gang. They're to do all your favorites all night, or their allotted time slot, if you will. They will be up there on the Sinister doing donuts, putting kinks into your hair. Also, we have Soulfly. They are soulful. They can't fly, but nonetheless, they are still called Soulfly because their vocals fly through the air and they're full of soul. Very soulful. Very, very soulful. Fats.
Blaze, your dead homie. He's tall. He's dead. He wears a clock to let you fuckers know what time it is. It's time for Blaze to rock the dead. Also, making his return, his much-waited return to the gathering. People have waited years. The wait is over. From Covington Boondocks, Georgia, it's Boondocks. They named the city Covington Boondocks because that's where he's from, and he's joining us at the gathering, and we cannot wait. Bring your red mud, bring your boot schlicklers, and let's get drunk to Boondocks. Also, Lil White. He's white. He's little. Put that in rap form and you get Lil White. He's not quite as white as Seamus, but he's white. White as a snowman. Lil White. They used to call him Powder when he was young. Now they just call him Lil White.
Lil White, groovy guy. But swollen members, there's nothing little about their swollen members. That's right, because their presence, their voice, and their stage presence is huger than the swollen member. in my underwear. Also, we have the lovable, pot-smoking, weed-toking, hash-dwizzling, and amongst other recreational partakings. That's right, the Cottonmouth Kings. All of them. They'll be on stage, and they will be there to impress, to tantalize, and to rock the house, Fats. And also, we have Onyx. That's right, Attack of the Bald Heads. Onyx will be there in full effect. 3 members, 3 fun lovers, and 3 times the fun. You may remember their cult classics such as Slam, such as Throw Your Guns in the Air, and Jack the Black Vagina Finder.
Also, making their debut at the Gathering of the Juggalos this year, 2013 marks the debut of 7 Dust. Not 8 Dust, not 6 Dust, 7 Dust will be here. Also, making his return, they call him the Godfather of the Gathering. I'm talking about, if you're part of the VIP like me, throw your V's up. Vanilla Ice will be there once again, finally returning to the Gathering. And hey, ABK. That's right, Anybody Killer, the Native Warrior, is here to rock the main stage, and rock it he does each and every year. It wouldn't be a gathering without ABK, and it won't be a gathering without ABK because he will be there. His shows are tighter than your pubes are on the top of your head, guy.
Hatchet Warrior.
Hoodoo, oh hoodoo. He's here, he's making his debut, and you're fucking scared. Big Hoodoo. It's time for Big Hoodoo to make his debut on the main stage. Search the program, front to back. Try to find out when. You won't know when. We're not telling you. It's going to be a surprise somewhere when you least expect it. At some moment during the gathering, he will grace the stage. Hoodoo. Psychopathic's newest entity, Big Hoodoo. Before we continue running off the list of names that will entertain your brainwaves, take a look at this.
Do you like to laugh? I'll bet you do. I'll bet you like to laugh and fondle yourself at the same time. Well, here's your chance to do both at the Gathering of the Juggalos comedy stage. Join our idiotic host, Upchuck the Clown, as he presents you the best shucky duckers known to man. This ninja is quite frankly one of those guys who have done it all in comedy. He's been on Best Week Ever, Comedy Central, TJ Miller's Comedy Mashup, just to name a few. He's fucking funny, and he will tickle your funny bone just before snapping it in half for maximum effect. We're talking about Jared Logan.
Some offices, they're like, don't use the internet. Yes, you have full and total access to it. Don't use it. That's a ridiculous request. That's like your father walks into his office in 1965, and they're like, here's your typewriter. It's also a casino and a strip club. Do not touch those buttons!
You see him all the time on The Opie and Anthony Show, and he's appeared in countless movies and TV shows. He even makes a stop and chats it up with ICP and their new TV show airing on the Fuse Network, ICP Theater. We're talking about Jim Norton.
I got to talk to Larry Flint, who got shot, especially like in all the shit that's going on in our country now over political correctness and all this fucking nonsense. He got shot for free speech, man. I tried to have like a moment with him. I'm like, Mr. Flint, I just wanted to thank you for all you've done for free speech. It means a lot to me that you took a bullet and you went to the Supreme Court. And I think I moved him on some level because he's like,
Also making his big return to the Gathering of the Juggalos after many, many years, one of the funniest men in America. You've seen him make history on The Dave Chappelle Show. He's appeared in endless funny movies all over television and cable. We could only be talking about the one and only Charlie Murphy.
The dog whisperer. If those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, turn to Animal Planet. The host of the show, his name is Caesar Milan. I'm gonna tell you, man, I became obsessed with the show. Started watching every episode. And eventually, from me watching it over and over and over and over and over, I peeped his training technique. Oh yeah. This motherfucker comes over your house and he strangles your dog.
Now, Fats, I know what all the juggalos out there are thinking. Hey, the main stage, that's where it's going down. That's all there is to the gathering of the juggalos. But no, Fats. Deep within the woods, there are many of stages, many of performers, starting with Dark Lotus. Dark Lotus has came back together to reform once again this year at the Gathering of the Juggalos 2013 to serve you up some proper haggis covered with blood, covered with agony, covered with despair. Dark Lotus will be in the house.
People didn't expect Dark Lotus to be playing this year. What fools they are, what fools they are. Foolish are you.
I couldn't have said it better if I was you, Fats. But Dark Lotus, nonetheless, will be there in all their splendor.
Also, Slain will be performing in the woods. Slain will be performing in the woods. Run, goddammit, run.
Nut Slain.
Also, 7 Second Suicide. Take 7 seconds to ponder who they are, because I don't know either.
Nope, your guess is as bad as mine. But let's not forget Whitney Payton. She's small, she's skinny, she's cute, she's lovable, but she can belt. That's right, Whitney Payton will be gracing the stage in the woods, one of the many stages of the many woods. We also have Mars. Many of you juggalos out there know Mars. You love Mars. He is going to be staying all weekend in a knothole in a tree.
You have heard of Mars, and you love Mars.
That's right. In his camp, his tent is in a knothole in the tree where he's staying with a family of 4 squirrels where they're sharing their nuts with them. He will come out and he will take the stage and perform. And that's not all, juggalos. Also, we have Mastermind, the veteran, the wicked shit veteran, Fats, if you will. Mastermind will be there to master your mind, unlock it with his master key, and go through your mind into your heart, where you will buy his CD, his merchandise, and love it.
From the South Bronx, it's Misery, psychopathic legend. If you take the dub of the West Side, turn it upside down, and head all the way to the South Bronx, you get the M that starts the name Misery. And it would be a misery if he weren't to play the gathering. But he will, so turn that frown upside down and smile, because Misery will be there along with Punch, and they will be doing the damn thing, psychopathic, legendary style. In France, they call him Legend, but here we call him Momo. Also, Tones will be at the gathering. There's no bones when Tones takes the stage. Tones, underground master blaster. That's right, you think of something fresher. Tones, the master blaster of the underground in the woods.
Haystacks also will be there. Haystacks, no stranger to the gathering, Fats, but Haystacks will once again be there, and the Juggalos love him, and he loves the Juggalos back, and he will be there in full effect. Now, let's talk about somebody who everybody loves, especially here at Psychopathic, because he is Psychopathic's own Legs Diamond. That's right, OG Legs Diamond. He's been around since ICP's been around, in the studio, behind the guitar, on stage. Legs Diamond and the Purple Gang will be hitting the stage for a dynamic set. And the Purple Gang being none other than Jump Steady and Sugar Slam. They are purple and they are a gang, and they're with Legs Diamond and the Purple Gang. Also, we have Dizzy Wright. No, his cheeks don't blow out like big filled water balloons like his great-great-uncle Dizzy Gillespie, but nonetheless, he will be there and he will fire such furious lyrics at your face, you will be leaving that tent and that stage very dizzy. So do some balloons afterwards.
This next name is making me hungry. How about a fresh, hot, baked jelly roll? Jelly roll. He's hungry himself, but not too hungry to show up for dinner at the gathering. Also, son of Eazy-E. That's right, the great godfather of gangster rap has spawned a child. Lil Eazy-E to perform the classics of his father's and his own. Let us take a moment for Eazy-E.
Okay. Ho, ho, ho. We have the Underground Avengers. That's right, the supergroup. made up of none other than Boondocks, also Class, and Buckshot. Buck. All three of these members make up the Underground Avengers. And boy, oh boy, they're a wacky bunch, I'll tell you what. And who can forget the Wolfpack? They've got whores that shake their titties and their pussies without even moving. They stand on stage and they hammer slide, just their titties hammer slide.
I believe it's called the Pussy Quake.
That's right, the Pussy Queef Quake. And on top of that, Freddie Grimes, the very scary, the very spooky, the very creepy. Freddie Grimes, is he clean? No, he's not. He's grimy, and he's Freddie. Freddie Grimes will be there for your enjoying pleasure.
Guy, let's give it up to Freddie Grimes. He's one scary fucker.
One more moment of silence for Freddie Grimes. Okay. Also, longtime friend of Psychopathic, Big B. That's right, in all his big slenderness, Big B will be there, and he will be in effect.
Of course, the B stands for Buford because he works at Checkers, where they serve Big Buford's hot, juicy, and cheesy, if you ask.
Very quickly, too.
Now, before I tell you any more about this next artist, I want you to take a look at him and take a look at what a specialty it's going to be at the gathering. The one and only Blowfly. Take a look.
Good evening, ACs and DCs and nymphos and weirdos. In case you don't know, my name is Bo, along with some super talented friends of mine. What do you get when you add a portion of fish bone, chili pepper, and a taste of Blowfly? One hell of a funky groove. Girl in the red, come jump up on your bed.
Oh, wow, fast. Blowfly, a legend in his own right.
It is an honor to have Blowfly. Let's just say that. I'll be there, front row and center, shirtless, and having a good time, drunk and high off meth.
I'm going to be one of his bitches on stage.
You're one of his bitches?
Off stage as well.
On any stage. Also, it is an honor to have them Potluck. Potluck will be there. They've toured around the globe with Twisted. They've toured around the globe by themselves. They've toured with the Harlem Globetrotters. They've toured with Gigantor. And they also specialize in late, oh so late night bingo parties. They are Potluck. Let's smoke a joint and get high and enjoy the tunes of Potluck at the gathering.
Also, Drive By is in the motherfucking gathering. I was gonna say house, but there's no house. They will be in the gathering on the stage. Drive By, as you know and I know, is Blaze Your Dead Homie and Anybody Killer, ABK, comprised, mangled together, and ragged and do-ragged and ganged up. Drive By, pony down, motherfucker. And then, Fats, and then only then do we have the super ruthless gangster network drive-by experts, Psychopathic Riders. Not many people know about them, their origin, what they're about, where they're from, and nobody cares to because if you find out, they'll kill you.
People wondered, people speculated, people queefed. And the answers are here. Will the Riders be playing the gathering? A three-letter answer for you. Yes, yes, and yes. They will be playing the gathering, all of them in splendor galore.
Sometimes there's 50 of them, sometimes there's 6. Sometimes there's 2, sometimes there's 25. Whoever feels like showing up and spitting on that mic and giving it a stage drive-by, a stage by, that's what they feel like doing.
And
That's what they
they'll
do,
all
fans.
be there for the gathering. Now, let's take it away to Sugar Slam. I believe she has some parties to tell us about. What are you pointing at, Kuma?
Oh, Sugar
Look
Slam's
that
over
way.
here.
Oh, she's over here.
There she goes.
Hey, Sugar Slam.
Howdy.
Thanks, guys. What up, Juggalos and Juggalettes? Sugar Slam back up in this bitch, here to tell you about some of the awesome parties jumping off at the gathering this year. And first up, we have the one and only Mike E. Clark's Frothy Murder Mix Foam Party, happening in the foam all night long. Also, Psychopathic's own Kuma. That's right, Kuma will be coming to you late at night with his black light blowout. Also, your favorite longtime Juggalo, the Rude Boy. Yes, the Rude Boy will be hosting his old school Juggalo Jam. Also, the one and only psychopathic DJ, DJ Clay, with his Horny Nuts and Big Butts party. That's right, Horny Nuts and Big Butts. These parties and more every night at the Gathering, all night long. And also, check this out, Juggalos. You wanted it, you got it. This year marks the return of Juggalo Night Court. You have a problem with a fellow Juggalo? Take them to Night Court. Several special celebrity judges and attorneys will be on hand. Also, this year at Violent J's Beach Boy Barbecue Blowout Bash Blast, there will be a showdown between two of the world's greatest Guns N' Roses tribute bands. Tell me that shit ain't gonna be fun. Ow! Plus, Texas Hold'em tournaments all night, every night. I'll be there. And much, much more at the Gathering 2013. Check this out. Voice Ninja, tell them.
There's never a dull moment at the Gathering of the Juggalos, ever. Thanks to the likes of Slick Chicks Oil Wrestling, you're guaranteed to see wet, slippery nipple buttons popping out of titty bras, as well as oiled up asses getting slapped extra loud. Don't miss Slick Chicks Oil Wrestling, a great place to grow a chubby right before you run back to your tent and bang your girlfriend. Feeling competitive? Don't miss your chance to win huge prizes at the Gathering of the Juggalos. Enter and win the tattoo contest, wet t-shirt contest, Miss Juggalette contest, the Nedden game, Two Tough Tony's fishing tournament, costume contest, Flowmasters rap battle, Fago lunching contest, and much, much more. And for those of you who are just too lame to show up, you can still have fun at home tuning into Psychopathic Radio all weekend long. Hosted by the one and only Wolf Pack.
What up, y'all? It's the Rude Boy, and I'm here to run down all the superstars that will be appearing in that squared circle at the Gathering of the Juggalos JCW style. First off, JCW presents The Road to Bloody Mania. This night will basically be used to set up all the matches for the next night, which of course y'all know it's JCW's biggest show of the year, Bloody Mania! This marks the 7th year of Bloody Mania, and it promises to be the bloodiest ever. Your host for both nights will be the one and only KG, Kevin Gill. Appearing in action will be the following: JCW World Heavyweight Champion, Too Tough Tony, Hall of Famer Evil Dead, Mexican WCW and JCW superstar Vampiro, also former WWE superstars such as the Boogeyman, Brian Kendrick and Paul London, the Hurricane Shane Helms, Bobby Lashley, Rikishi, Zach Gowen, the Young Bucks, Nick and Matt Jackson, Jimmy Wang Yang, Eugene, Ring of Honor superstar Kevin Steen, the current JCW World Tag Team Champions, the Ring Riders. From the movie The Wrestler, the Necro Butcher, M-Dog 20, Matt Cross, the Handicap Hero, Gregory Iron, and of course, all of your JCW favorites, including the Rude Boy. But before all that, on Thursday night, JCW presents all the way from Japan, it's Kaiju Big Battle! Wrestling like you've never ever seen before, Juggalos. ninjas. We're talking about live monsters, giant animals, wrestling cans of soup, three-headed beasts, creatures that fly, robots, and whatever else extremely creative Japanese minds can imagine. All this and more. Do not miss this extra, unusual, special spectacle that is Kaiju Big Battle. We've been trying to secure a show with this promotion for a long, long time, Juggalos. And we finally did it. Get drunk, get high, and get live watching this Kaiju Big Battle action. Something you are surely to never, ever forget. And on the first night of the gathering, Wednesday night, don't you dare miss Amber O'Neill's Exotic Ladies of Wrestling. That's right, ninjas. 16 hotties and 2 heifers all competing in intense, competitive pro wrestling action, while you rudely and drunkenly heckle them away. See it live. Come with it and get it. Cat fights, hair pulling, screaming and crying, and plenty of stomping. Well, that about does it for me. Back to you, ninjas.
There's so many more surprises that we're just quite frankly not at liberty to tell you about, but I wish we could.
But stay tuned.
We'll see you all at the Gathering of the Juggalos, August 7th through the 11th, Cave in Rock, Illinois. Until then, I'm Fat, and I'm Fats Pepper.
And I'm a guy, and I'm Guy Gorfy.
And for sweet Sugar Slam,
this has been the Weekly Freekly Weekly.
Slapping the news upside your bitch ass. Bye-bye.
You know, so
on that one, huh?
I don't know how it happened, Fats, but I got a fishing lure stuck in my asshole.
The theme of the 2013 gathering is The Rise of the Underground. Looking at this year's lineup, it's easy to see that this truly is the finest lineup of underground greats ever assembled in any one place. And the names are still rolling in. Just added, you'll see special sets by the Axe Murder Boys, Chris Calico, Psycho Realm, Buckwheat Grouts, Project Born, Aqualio, Mayday, Ritz, Rehab, and many, many more. For tickets and campsite information, check out juggalogathering.com or hatchetgear.com. Don't miss The Rise of the Underground, pansy bitch.